Hello, greetings. This is me again, Sarah Jawad. My condition has worsened. Just fixing the mic. I don't know after this ex-Muslim Shaukat Ali, so my hands are becoming very extremely sensitive. Touching myself on the lap. Oh, I'm feeling like this strange, like it started in Karachi, and tears and the vibration in my body again. This is my case online. Just going to see if I'm okay. Here I am. My condition has worsened after the chat with ex-Muslim Shaukat Ali. I don't know what this is. So it started with okay. Now my hands. I was feeling shy and even touching myself. Something else is under my skin when I was in Karachi. My case, it's very terrible. It's so shocking. Something like this happening to me. I never heard of this. I've heard of ghost possession and I've seen, or maybe it was faked by my aunt, but never something like this that happened to me in year 2000 early. What they did to me, it was like one of a kind, unspeakable. Okay, so the sensitivity in my hand, the headache, and all. Another thing is on this Desi chat, I had met Anand Kiran from Worli. I don't know uh, who he was, but he gave me his address and I even spoke to him. I don't know if this was Anand Kiran. We have Hindus in Pakistan, and then their relatives in India. So some Pakistani very corrupt person could have set this up. Set so as we were on the live, no, in the chat box, no voice was heard. I couldn't hear the voice of a person on the other side. This was year 2000, and it was a chat room. A friend of mine, Moin Abbasi from Holborn College, had introduced me to this Desi chat. So, Pakistani can do things, and you can't tell on social media whether it's a fake account or whether someone has Pakistani is behind this, set this up, whether it's, the Indian is involved. Okay, hello, Girgit, is this you? Sorry, uh, what do you want to say about India now? So Shaukat Ali, ex-Muslim, had you had asked him to join me here, and what do you want to say? He's he changed because of Sahil and that one, Adam Seeker, a Punjabi Shia himself. I can't tell where you people are coming from. What are you? Are you an Indian? How do I know you are an Indian? Can you hear me? Are you an Indian? How do I know you are an Indian? You can hear me. So, what is your thing of being an Indian and being here when it was on Islam? Are you under threat that Pakistan Muslims are going to do something to you? You connected him, yes. But he became an ex Muslim. I checked his profile later, YouTube channel, sorry. Okay, I'm sorry I cannot trust you with this because I don't know. I cannot see your voice. I cannot invite you. I cannot hear your voice. I can't invite you to live stream. But why are you after me? Why are you after my channel? You see, the Muslims are not going to like this. Muslims don't even like me doing this. They don't approve of this. And another thing is that your Sanatan Dharmis, one was rude with me. A lady. I used to go to her channel. What's her name? Like if you, you know, I'm having problems with Indians' rudeness to here. Sorry. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's this place or the attitude of people are not right. Even the Pakistanis' attitude is not right here. So, where is Shaukat? I hide my origin. No, you didn't hide your originality. Why should you hide your originality? Oh, so you are Pakistani? Are you from the ISI? Okay, I'm going to later on, for the people, for the Muslims, for a good feedback, like with intellectual people. If you don't know English, don't come here. This is English. So this is for intellectual people, academic people who know English and who can comment in a better way and give me feedback. Sorry, I cannot invite you on the live stream. You know this very well. And so I cannot hear your voice. Who are you? Let me check your profile. Okay, so you know that. How can I check your profile from here? Are you from the Raw? Are you an Indian Raw agent? Why are you here? Indians can be very rude, I must say. On Haris Sultan channel, there, I'm correcting Haris Sultan. I was correcting him on it's not Hassan, it's Imam Hussein, or he put Hussein and I was correcting him. Either way, I got from Indian that you want to be a Londi, or do you want to be a Londi? What's this? Oh yeah, and you Indians can be very revengeful. So I'm very scared of you people. And you have some top people here also on social media. I think Twitter, YouTube has taken over. Sorry, I cannot speak in Urdu. So I'm going to, you're a troll, and I'm going to block you. Okay, so having threats here and totally leaving gurus and Hinduism. Oh, sorry, Hindus, Hindu religion. So, and I can't rest now. I wanted to rest, but there's this energy moving again. So I was doing some protection for myself other than from the Hindus, and it was helping me rest. But again, I'm getting, although the heaviness was there and all, and I was sleeping a lot, but this feeling inner, like swirling and twirling was not there. This energy harming me was not there. All of a sudden, it's come back. And I felt, and I'm also scared because I don't know what the government where I am, and even seeing that I can't trust Hindus here. It's my health has it's become bad again. Talking to ex-Muslim Shaukat Ali and a Hindu here who came, he connected me. This Hindu guy. Oh, I've screened different Pakistani. I'm not a Pakistani by nationality, human being. Oh, you're that. You come to the ex Muslims? You're that human being? You have a channel? No, that human being, ex Muslim human being? You have a channel, I think. You're famous on YouTube with the ex Muslims? So why are you asking me if I'm a Pakistani? No, I'm not a Pakistani. I've lived in Pakistan, but my passport is from elsewhere. Are you that human being? Your ID. I know you're a human being, but are you that human being who comes on ex Muslims channels? Gulzar Elias channel? Thank God I'm not a Pakistani, and neither am I an Indian. And I'm an ex Pakistani, ex. So I can't, I want to rest, but the energy thing swirling and twirling and started. I don't know who's doing this again to me. So this person, he keeps sending messages, then he retracts his own message. This is really strange, this person. Are you Muslim? Human being, are you a Muslim? Who are you? What are you? Hindu? What are you? Okay, since my health is not well, I might as well carry on where Shaukat Ali came and I had to uh, answer him and give attention to him on my live chat, and this remained quite not well explained or didn't give my full attention to this. You see, in Islam, we have this that on one side, for the polytheists, God says, first of all, they worship other than Allah, that which neither harms them nor benefits them. And they say these are our intercessors with Allah. These are our intercessors with Allah. Say, do you inform Allah of something He does not know in the heavens? They just said these, like a Muslim would, if let's say a Shia would tell a Sunni that Imam Ali is an intercessor. Human being, please, you don't have to spam here. I heard you, I read you, you are a human being. I asked if you are a Muslim or a Hindu, or what religion are you, or you have any religion, or are you an atheist? What brings you here also? Can you give me the reason? Okay, if you're a troll, then I'll have to block you from here. Okay, I blocked this Indian guy who has Sanskrit, I don't know. But then his messages kept coming, so I'm kind of, it's strange. Maybe for some time they get blocked and then they come back again. They can come back again, I don't know. So, what are the Shias going to tell the Sunni Muslims? That Imam Ali is an intercessor, and then what are they going to ask the Shia, the Sunnis? Are you going to inform Allah of something He does not know in the heavens or on the earth? Or are we going to show them verses which allow intercession, and then, implied verses that indirectly allure this thing, allude to Imam Ali being an intercessor, or Imam Ali being the chief of believers, Amir al-Mu'mineen, and from Khatir Khum, after Imam Ali. Yes, I'll have to block you. So this is a really crazy, terrible way to ask. You should ask, where's the evidence, right? But this prophet thinks and his Allah that so they are in the truth. They are the truth. And so any other intercessors that they have taken with Allah are false. And then they've been blamed for associating with him. Okay, they worship other than Allah, but these are our intercessors with Allah. So this is no way of asking those who have intercessors with Allah, say, do you inform Allah of something he does not have? No, in the heavens or earth. What are we told in the believers are told in Surah Maida? I wonder how I can say this. Believers are told in Surah Maida ayat 35 stated, seek the means of approach to him. And so some of the Sunni Muslims give us this Shia's problem, saying that this means of approach is namaz, salat, 5 obligatory prayers, the method, not a person, not a wasila, as a human being a wasila, or a prophet being a wasila, where all over the place in Quran ayats, a prophet has been a wasila, an intermediary between intercessor between human being and God. The message of God did not come directly from God. Okay, later on it says pray 5 times obligatory. This is part of worshipping Allah and getting nearness to Allah, right? Getting nearness to Allah. But Prophet Muhammad is an intercessor for Allah. Prophet Muhammad is a messenger. He's after Allah, it is the messenger. So, which one of them is putting their intercessors before Allah? None of them. They are not saying these intercessors are above than Allah. They are just saying these are our intercessors with Allah. So it was very hard to explain this to the Muslims. Surah 4, verse 64. Just wondering if shock, ex-Muslim shock, because my mind is controlled and other got me. Was it a Muslim or Indian Hindu? And what was the reason for that? What's your reason? Okay, now I'm controlled and I'm asking them, but they're not going to tell me. You are scared of the Hindus too. So you are scared that they're going to attack me? Well, I'm being attacked anyways right now. And before I could say anything against the Hindus. Oh, I don't know. This could be a conspiracy against me. They just want to exasperate and completely exhaust my energy. It's happening since morning, the sounds and all. If when they had wronged themselves, they had come to you and asked forgiveness. Okay, this is wasila and intercession is there by the permission of Allah. In Ayatul Kursi, Surah Baqarah, intercession is allowed by the permission of Allah. So these poor people, Maybe they thought Allah had given them the permission to worship other than Allah and take them as intercessors. But for the believers, you see the verses implying, alluding to intercession, even the authority among you, you must obey after Allah and the Messenger and those in authority among you. These are all alluding to intercessions, intercessors. Hazrat Musa's, when Hazrat Musa was alive, his people, we are told in Surah Baqarah, asked him, you see, this is intercession. But you say Prophet Muhammad has passed away. Some Muslims would question the Shias in this way. Why are you using Prophet Muhammad as an intercessor? But in Surah Baqarah, oh Moses, something like this, right? Moses, ask God. This is not an intercession, a verse alluding to, does the word have to be there? And the word needs to be there, but God doesn't put it here. You see, or do you intend to ask your messenger as Moses was asked? So there's a verse which says, or do you intend to ask your messenger as Moses was asked? Oh, Moses, pray, we cannot put up with one sort of food. So pray to your Lord. Islamic studies, all rejoicing in their own school of thought, Islam, their own religion. How this religion killed the truth and justice. You don't see it because you're a Muslim and you have your prejudice and your bias. And then those who have left it and are showing you, you put the blame on them and you don't want them to live. You want to kill them. And the, where's that verse? Pray to, oh Moses, pray to God. 61. Thank you, Islam awakened. And remember when you said, oh Moses, indeed, we cannot endure but one kind of food. So when Moses was alive with them, okay, so they said, pray then to thy sustainer. And Moses could say, let's all pray together. So I'm teaching you how to pray. And after me, you pray like this to God. But here we're told that Moses prayed for them to God. So the Muslim, non-Shia Muslim who asked me over the email, yeah, what do you think about zikr Allah and this and that? And praying to God, 5 obligatory prayers, fasting. Shias have, the 12 Shias have these. They call them either Usul-e-Din or Furu-e-Din, what do they? 5 pillars of Islam. We have this, right? 5 pillars of Islam. What is this? And remember when you said, oh Moses, Indeed, we cannot endure but one kind of food. Pray then to thy sustainer that he bring forth for us out of what grows from the earth, of its herbs, its cucumbers, its garlic, its lentils, its onions. Said Moses, would you take a lesser thing in exchange for what is so much better? But here, okay, they asked for too much, you know. Moses scolded them. That why are you asking for these things? Fruits and herbs and vegetables. Different kinds of vegetables, fruits, and all this. This is what the got Moses angry. But they, had they said, "Oh Moses, pray that we get that God be pleased with us, and we have the hereafter, and purify our souls or ourselves." See, Moses did not scold them for asking him to pray to God, the Lord, your Lord, for us, but for what they had asked Moses to pray for to the Lord is these things: herbs, cucumbers. They just had one kind of, I think, vegetable or herb they were sick and tired of. I mean, perhaps the previous words I've forgotten what it says. Says it that they had only one kind of vegetable or fruit, and they wanted various different fruits and vegetables. So Moses, here we are told, had would pray to God for them. See, here it says we all get fooled, Muslims, by this. I don't know how many Muslims get fooled by this ayat, but they don't believe, as though some Muslims don't even believe that Shias are Muslims. So how in the world this verse, which I was showing them in Karachi on Facebook, writing on Facebook, verily those who have attained to faith in his divine writ, as well as those who follow the Jewish faith, and the Christians and the Sabians, all who believe in God and the last day, and do righteous deeds, shall have their reward with the sustainer, and no fear need they have, neither shall they grieve. But in Surah Tawbah, what are we told now? Fight. Fight those. Surah Tawbah at 29. Fight those who believe not in Allah, nor the last day, nor hold the forbidden, which hath been forbidden by Allah and His Messenger, nor acknowledge the religion of truth, even if they are of the people of the book. Even if they are people of the book, meaning the Jews and the Christians. Fight those, here we're told, those who believe not in Allah, nor the last day. Shias, please, you've worked it out, right? Everything. And nor hold. So I have a low comprehension, and the Shias have worked it out. Here it says, fight those who believe not in Allah, nor the last day. Even if they even if they are of the people of the book. Now they have to become Muslims because they have to and hold that forbidden with which hath been forbidden by Allah. This is another condition added after the messenger has come now and given them a sure sign, many signs, exhausted them with signs that he's the true messenger and this is the true Quran, revelation sent down to him. Now another, this is one of the last surahs that he received revelation. So now he's saying, now is Allah saying, fight those who believe not in Allah, nor the last day, nor hold that forbidden which hath been forbidden by Allah and His Messenger. His Messenger, this Messenger. So now they have to become Muslims or else pay the jizya willingly. How can you, if you fight someone, someone is under duress, if you use a certain force on someone, how can they be submitting willingly? And there is more. So if this verse is, I mean, if the, I don't know in Hindus or what, but Surah Mujadila, verse 22, I don't know if you change your religion, you become an atheist, what happens to a Hindu? If in Hindu religion it says, like, kill them or something, I don't know. Thou will not find any people who believe in Allah and the last day, loving those who resist Allah and His Messenger, even though they were their fathers or the sons or their brothers or their kindred. For such He has written faith in their hearts and strengthened them with the Spirit from Himself. So there's a Spirit from Himself. Wait a minute. Isn't this a way? Isn't this something that comes like He's given them the Spirit from Himself? I don't know, this, the intercessors, hear everything like the Spirit to strength, keep them strong, yeah, maintain the strength in faith. So He has written the, because they believed, I think, without much evidence. So the hearts are blind. Their hearts became blind to believe in such a religion. My goodness. Allah does not forbid that you be kind and just to those who did not fight against you on account of religion, nor drove you out of your homes. Surely Allah loves those who are equitable. Surah Mumtahana, verse 8. Then in Surah Mujadila, verse 22, no, you cannot even love anyone, so the ayat changes. Who, even your father, you cannot love if he, believes not in Allah and the last day, who resists Allah and His Messenger. And he makes a mistake here in Surah Azab, verse 5. It is overlooked by the Shias, by Allah, and of course by the Sunnis. Uh, do the Sunnis believe that Prophet Muhammad was infallible completely? Like he would not, like the Shias believe? Uh, see, the Shias, I can tell you, say that Prophet Muhammad But Surah Najm says that he does not err. So, Prophet Muhammad, infallibility. Let me see what the Shias believe in. Shiite Encyclopedia. This article deals with the contention of whether or not the prophets and messengers of Allah are infallible. Ahlul Bayt Digital uh, Library Project. Let me see the authors. It's just a respected reader. Assalamu alaikum. The editor of this work is pleased to announce. Okay. Prophets say, "This is my way." I do invite you unto Allah on discernment, insight, and enlightenment. I and whoever follows me. Dawah. Quran 12, Surah 12, Ayat 108. On discernment and enlightenment. Invite to the way of your Lord with wisdom and good instruction, and argue with them in a way that is best. Indeed, your Lord is most knowing of who has strayed from his way, and he is most knowing of who is rightly guided. Quran Surah 16, verse 1 to 5. Best wishes, Ali Abbas, editor. Preliminary notes. Subhanahu wa ta'ala exalted as Quran and infallibility. Infallibility of the Prophets, Part 1. Shiites do not hold any human being. Disclaimer. 12-verse Shias do not hold any human being, whether he be a prophet, a messenger, or an imam, to be divine. We do not worship human beings, nor do we approve of such a custom. Allah is never compromised in Shiite theology or philosophy, with exclamation mark. All the negative stuff you may hear about us is pure propaganda with political motives. Allah is exalted above all that scratches dignity and justice. We hold Allah to be the just creator who never commits any injustice against his creation. Allah is indivisible and he does not relinquish his subhanahu wa ta'ala majesty and sovereignty to anyone. No one is permitted to interfere with his wishes. He doesn't. Okay, except by his leave. This is the authentic 12 Shiite creed, and everything else that is negative in nature and is attributed to the Shia is crap. False rumors. Infallibility according to the Sunnis. The Sunni scholars do not speak in one voice on this subject. Some Sunnis claim that the Prophet is sinless or infallible only in the delivery of Allah's message. Other than that, he is just like others, sins and makes mistakes in many things. As we are told in Surah Azab, he made a mistake, unintentional. But in Surah Najm, we are told he does not err. This faction of Sunnis base their opinion on the traditions narrated in their books about how the Prophet falls asleep and forgets the prayer time, even forgets to perform the necessary ablution with Allah Tawa. Wudu for prayer, Sahih al Bukhari. Sorry, excuse me. It's because really it's laughable. Oh my God, Sunnis. I can laugh, but at one point it makes me like, no, no. What has made me laugh at this? I really feel sorry for you, Sunnis. Okay, they've given the volume page and volume one and all this. I'm not going to say the whole thing. Furthermore, they claim that he used to sit with Aisha and watch a dance with music. Sahih al Bukhari, Arabic version. Oh, goodness. Yes, this. Okay. They also claim that he was affected by a magical spell that caused severe episodes of hallucination on his part. Sahih al Bukhari, Arabic version. Pages, volumes, volumes. Sorry. So these are but a few of the most heinous of acts that these scholars attribute to the mercy to mankind. The Messenger of Allah, Muhammad, sallallahu, so S. Note that according to the Shia, these traditions are not authentic, nor do they constitute any truth whatsoever. Again, these traditions were inserted into their books by the Umayyad, among others, to justify their own corruption and insolence. For when the Prophet sins so heinously as they depict him, sins so heinously, hello, Shia, Surah Tahrim, breaks an oath. Okay, we have these traditions. So the Shias have given their reasons above tradition. We no longer blame Uthman or Mawiya or Yazid or Amr ibn al. Wait a minute. On one hand, the Sunni sin so heinously as they depict him in the above traditions, we can no longer blame Uthman or Mawiya or Yazid or Amr ibn al-As, among others, when they sin, because they were in authority. You have to obey them. Quran ayat, right? So the Sunnis have to obey Uthman, Mawiya, Yazid. Whatever their heinous sin is, they have to obey. Quran ayat. It is to their advantage to portray the Prophet as a man who listens to music and watches a dance with his wife to justify the dancing and the music that was and still is rampant in their palaces. The current state of the Ummah is not because a few of us aren't praying or fasting. It's because some people have changed and mutilated the religion of Allah to satisfy their lusts, just like the Christians and Jews did. That's exactly what we have fallen into. We sin, then we say, so what? The Prophet himself was a sinner. Purified be the prophets and the messengers of Allah from being of such a sinful nature. By Allah to say such a thing, by Allah to say such a thing is more of an insult to Allah than it is to the Prophet and the messengers. Because, so, infallibility according to the Shias. I can read this as Shias. See Surah Tahrim. Forget the Sunni Umayyad hadiths. Infallibility according to the Shia. The Shia, on the other hand, state that all the prophets and messengers of Allah, with no exception, are sinless and infallible, even before they became prophets and messengers. And so, what happens? It is indeed frustrating to conceive of a human being who is not sinful. So, let us first define the concept of infallibility. The concept of infallibility. According to the scholar Muhammad Jawad Mughniya, may Allah rest his soul in peace, his book Al-Islam wa Al-Aqil, sorry, excuse me, Islam and Reason, the concept of Isma, infallibility, is very often misunderstood. What we mean by that concept is that a prophet, by virtue of his prophethood, has a pure soul, as the Quran states. The human soul certainly incites evil, unless my Lord do bestow his mercy. Surah Yusuf, ayat 53. Clearly, Surah Yusuf said this. Yusuf said this in Surah Yusuf, right? Unless my Lord do bestow his mercy. Clearly, Allah has made an exception by using the term unless to the human soul that incites evil. So, human soul is evil and incites to evil. Human soul is not purified. It's not in. It's not without. Is impure. Okay. Ex-Muslim Aaron Yeager. Goodness, what is this? Sorry, I didn't see your. Are you? What is this? Yeah, it's I think Shaukat Ali, ex-Muslim, Mon Jihad. Yes, I didn't know what it was. Hello, ex-Muslim Aaron Yeager. Yeah, so earlier in the live stream, Shaukat Ali. Yeah, the Mon Jihad. I don't know about that, but I checked his his channel YouTube. It's that one. Why her live views are so less? My live views are less because people don't like me. She's doing live for a long period of time. Yes, I came here. I'm on my first channel, Zara Berserk. I do live there. What she said about India. Yes, I said a few bad things about Indian Hindus. Hello, sir. Hello, ex-Muslim Aaron Yeager. Hope I pronounced both your names properly. If I didn't, sorry. Yeah, how many people don't follow me? I guess they don't want to follow me. I have very few followers and they don't like my live stream, so let it be. Right. And I hardly come live stream here. After a long time, I've come live stream. Otherwise, you can check that I keep getting more followers on my first channel. I wanted this to be my channel where from my first channel they would come here, but they're not coming here, and so I have to keep both the channels. And I'm getting more followers in my first channel, number one on YouTube. So the soul that incites evil, based on Shia philosophy, the attachment of the soul to being is that of a relationship of control and administration. Therefore, the soul may incite evil, but the individual has the freedom and authority to reject that invitation to evil. If the individual accepts the invitation to evil, he becomes accountable for that evil which he commits. This is a very simplified explanation, but it serves the purpose. Now, the prophets or the messengers are among the exceptions. Mercy And so this Shia website of mine, my former, religion, explains quite nicely. But what is this? How to control this nafs and navigate? Who's going to be the one to navigate and supervise this nafs without the help of Allah? But when Allah says, in yourselves there are signs of those who are sure of faith in Surah Dhariyat. And has the soul ever been? I think the soul has been incited by evil at Adam's time in that place. So it was Adam's soul incited by Shaitan. So it got a little bit of Shaitan's incitement. And then who will navigate the soul? So they bring religious methods and authority, freedom. Although the individual has the freedom, but what part of the individual is going to, what part? With his mind, with his reasoning, and what part is the soul? So you'd see if let's say you'll have to struggle very hard if God doesn't help you, if you're a believer in Islam, and your first step is to make a niyat intention, to pray to God. If your efforts fail, then all you do is, oh God, please help me. I'm going into sin. I don't want to keep going into this sinning. So, this struggle happens and you wait for God's help. But they also, another thing is that the individual has the freedom and the authority to reject that invitation to evil, that the soul incites it to evil, or the world incites. Okay, the world is there, or a bad environment, or something, your friend, another person, okay? And the soul, the nafs is going towards the evil. Attachment of the soul to being is that of a relationship of control and administration. Okay, so the soul could incite you to evil, looking at the world, and people are going. Let me also go to a party, go to a club, have a smoke. It's an in thing, uh, peer pressure, friends pressure. Okay, so a friend offers you a cigarette, so the soul goes for it. Now, where is that other part? See, it says individual has the freedom and authority. Which which part of the individual has that freedom and that authority to reject that invitation to evil when the soul incites you to evil? So without God, first of all, this is like the individual has the freedom. God has given this individual the freedom and authority, or nature, aid, whatever. Let's say that this individual has been given the freedom and authority to reject that invitation to evil. Apart from God having mercy, and this the Lord has bestowed mercy is only for the prophets, infallible. That's why they're infallible. But we individuals, we have to struggle. Human beings have to struggle with the human soul, with Satan's whisperings, with the soul inciting us to evil. You know how much fight we have in this world. So, which part of the individual has freedom and authority? Willpower? Or they say where there is a will, there is a way. Almond, Ex-Muslim movement. Hello. Hello, Almond, Ex-Muslim movement. This is the first time I'm seeing you here, so welcome. Ex-Muslim Aaron Yeager, I've seen you before. Uh, you have come to my live chats before. So, uh, anyways, welcome again here. Hello. So, willpower. Will, what is your name? Zara. Jawad. Okay, please, if you can just check my real name is Zahra, right? But it served the purpose. So which part, is it the will? You apply the willpower because God has given you free will. So the Muslims are going to say, and how does the will work of a person? You make an intention, right? First thing, I'm not going to do this. But the soul is still inciting you. It's not giving in to your will. Will starts by intention. If you read Al-Kafi, what do the Imams say, Shias? How God said be and it is, right? First, he intended. When he intends a thing, he says to it be and it is. So we say make an intention, make a decision. I will not do this again. But does the soul listen? Hello? Almon, what's your... sorry, I'll just call you. Aaron shared your link to us here. Who's Aaron? Oh, you mean Aaron. Oh, okay. Where... do you understand English? So, okay, thank you, Aaron, for sharing this. Okay, what is... so how the will... and the will? Will is very forceful. The will can... does it? Is it spared by your will, your willpower? Is it spared by shaitan? Is it free of shaitan? Can you purify your will or not? Right? Just make just make your will. Just say intend. So start from intention that I will not do harm people. I will not get angry. And see how much you have to fight, struggle still. Some of you who have been born, you are true Shias and good Sayyids, you may not have problems. Your environment, you are given a good Shia environment, right? Aaron, yahin pe ho tum. Yes. Okay, so you know Urdu too. So your will, see how much If you don't get a good environment, what struggles you have to do. Even when you say, how many times are you going to use your willpower and struggle in life? Make a How many of you Muslims have thought, okay, after this, after today, or today, right now, don't procrastinate. Maybe you've heard this from Westerners or Europeans. Don't procrastinate. Say now, I'm going to be a good Muslim. I'm not going to hurt anyone. Right? And then you slip and you have to struggle. You might get angry at someone. So, willpower is not the best. It still needs a struggle, still has a struggle. But Satan has no power over the chosen servants, and the prophets are infallible. So, this was on infallibility. You can see that the Shias explain their way that prophets were infallible through the Quran ayats, and it falls properly into perspective. And we did not send any messenger unless he should be obeyed by Allah's authority. So a messenger has to be obeyed by Allah's authority. Prophet or the messenger of God is to be obeyed and followed. The followers are not expected to check every order of the Prophet, to decide what is to be obeyed and what is not to be obeyed. There is no way to check his commands because he himself gave us all the rules and divine laws in the form of scripture and his traditions. If we become suspicious to some of the actions of the Prophet, now you see, you can't even question this, they call it suspicion. This suspicion can cause all his commands and laws that he has already conveyed to go under question. Yeah. So I was going to say this, to question even. You can't question the Prophet and the Messenger's orders. Oh, you believe, obey Allah and obey the Messenger. And do not burn your deeds by disobeying Him. Quran, Surah 47, Ayah 33. So here we're told not to even question the Prophet's orders. Are not expected to check every order of the Prophet, to decide what is to be obeyed and what is not. They can't make this decision, of course not. They don't have a discretion on this. When the Prophet gives, take it. When he doesn't want, when he doesn't, you know, when he withholds, withhold from it. What he withholds, you withhold from it. So what happened in Surah Azab? You know, this is scary. I mean, And you can't use your discretion, of course not. The believers have, they just uh, they just need to obey the prophets. But I questioned him in Surah Azab. Zainab didn't want to marry Zed, right? I've already done this on my live streams first channel, Zahra Berserk. So here we are not told what the individual needs to use apart from to resist the soul's inclination to evil or incitement to evil. But I'm saying that it must be that you need to, uh, your intention to be a good person, virtuous believer, and then the will comes. And you need to really mean it. You need your intention has to be sincere and strong enough to resist the soul's inclination to evil or incitement to evil. And then we have, so is the soul shaitan also at that point? So you will find yourself with your will, and once, let's say if you have an individual who is a moment believer, has submitted his will to Allah. Sorry, I cannot tell you this, which country, but I lived in Pakistan and grew up in Pakistan. You can call me an ex-Pakistani. Okay? Uh, Al Moon ex-Muslim movement. I'm an ex-Pakistani. Okay, then, so what if a moment says, I surrender to the will of Allah? That's all you have to say. And you have to mean it, right? So, which part of you is sincere? The soul is inciting you to evil, but you're using your intention and you keep saying, I once said, God, I submit my will. I submit my will to you. I submit my will to you. It will always be a linear, unless God has grace on you. We are sinless, and the prophets and the messengers are sinless. They are the chosen ones whom even Shaitan does not lead astray. And if he has Adam, led Adam astray, then there's a reason for that, and that is not a sin, they say. It really isn't a sin. It was an advice by God. It wasn't a command by God to go near that tree and have the fruit. And you have to train your soul. You have to fight until, here, there's a good ayat here they've given the Shias. Surah Nisa at 65. But know by thy Lord, they can have no real faith until they make the judge in all disputes between them and find in their souls, sorry, excuse me, in their souls, I keep losing my energy. So my voice also goes like this, like, elderly person, perhaps, or just sorry, don't mean to be disrespectful to an elderly person. Now Zubillah has come. Meow, everyone. Please, what is this meow for? Now Zubillah, can you use reason instead of meowing here? We don't need cats, sorry. Aaron is also an ex-Shia Muslim. So, oh, thank you for reminding me. I think Aaron did tell me that he or she was an is an ex-Shia, was a Shia. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the apologies. Hello, Nauzibillah. Hope you're learning something. Hope you learned something from here. Something good. Nauzibillah is also a good person. Ah, okay. Uh, okay, you're good. Nauzibillah. Al-Mun, ex-Muslim movement, has told me you're a good person. So thank you for being here. And still, you're listening. I sound like a European. Editor Saab, we want to have a talk. Sorry, I cannot send you a talk, a live stream. Sorry, I can't. Do you mean that, Editor Saab? Okay, this is. Please pay attention to this. If we use the willpower, what can save us? Allah's mercy, the Quran says, as Allah's mercies for the chosen servants, grace, and this good ayat I forgot, okay. So find in their souls, so you have to really discipline yourself. Like keep making him a judge of all your disputes, the messenger of Allah, not Lord, the messenger of Allah. Find until you find in your souls no resistance against thy decisions, but accept them with the fullest conviction. Right? Here we're told. What happened to Zainab and Zaid's marriage? It broke. Yet we are told Zainab bin Josh was a good Muslim. She had to obey, but she couldn't obey the Prophet in a marriage with Zaid. How does that make her fullest conviction moment believer? It can't. And he had to marry her because she was a miserable Muslim widow of Zaid. Before that, she was quite happy. She didn't have any problems when she was a Quraysh widow. This, and then, you see, because this ayat says with full conviction, meaning Zainab bin Josh should have taken Zaid as her equal and should have been a good wife to him because it was on the orders, command of Allah and his messenger. Surah Azab, verse 36. Another thing is you want to struggle and struggle with your will, and blind faith in Prophet Muhammad. You see, you have to first, before becoming a Muslim, test Prophet Muhammad that he's a true prophet. Where's the criteria? All these verses, um, there are discrepancies in the Quran verses. Sorry. So, however great this religion may look, and Shia Islam was the greatest for us, failed in my eyes through reason and Quran ayats. And for example, the case of Zaid and Zainab's marriage, it should have been, it should not have broken the marriage, but it did. Shias, did you think of the Zainab's case in this ayat, reading this ayat? But no, by thy Lord, they can have no real faith. You know who Prophet Muhammad is marrying? Zainab bin Josh, who could not fulfill the orders of Prophet Muhammad, Allah and Prophet Muhammad, by retaining her marriage with Zaid. And it slipped even the Shia's mind. And they want to, how can we accept this? That now Prophet Muhammad marries Zainab bin Josh. What are we told here in this ayat? And another thing is, if you obey all disputes between them, find in their souls no resistance against thy decisions, God says, the messenger's decisions, right? But accept them with the fullest conviction, faith. So we see here in Surah Azab, okay, what's in your minds? Shias, any Shia here? What would you say? Any religious scholar here who can properly comment, put a question to me here about Surah Azab? Very, very important. The people, Muslims, blindly following this, scared, fearing, work as a team in live streams. Ex-Muslims Aaron, Rehan, Al-Moon. Okay, that's really great, Editor Saab. Ask to Aaron, he can explain. We want you to join us. It will surely help your channel grow. Editor Saab, thank you. Which channel is that? Sorry, I haven't checked your channels. What are your how you put up videos and how you do live streams? Which channel on YouTube can I join? This one, Almoon, ex-Muslim Aaron Younger. Search it. Okay, I'll search it later. Is it in English? Would you like to talk to our time? Our time? Would you like to talk to our time? Sorry, I didn't get that. Our team. Oh, yes, I would. Hindi, Urdu. No, sorry, I don't do Hindi, Urdu. I can understand Hindi and Urdu. I'm not good at Urdu. I'm illiterate. I mean, I can only speak a little bit of Urdu. Okay, you do it in Hindi and Urdu. Sorry, uh, I do my own in English and things come up. It's okay to you people. Thank you, Almon, Ex-Muslim Movement. I will join your channel and see. And if you invite me, uh, thank you. I will come there. Live stream. Do you do live streams? So we can discuss these things. Can you take some of the topics and things I'm pointing and then discuss them on your channels in Urdu and Hindi? Okay, Almoon, I know, yes, Almoon Ex Muslim Movement is your channel on YouTube. I will check that out. Thank you so much. Yeah, sure, you can definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you for the honesty, the respect, and the attention. Thank you so much. So, what intention will? How much are you going to struggle with your will? You see, if you take this article, sorry, I don't mean to pick on Shias, my former religion, but, and be rude or anything. But now, I mean, I have to question these things. As a Shia, I had to question them. Like which individual, now I can put it in words like I was lost. You see, what part of the individual do you have to work on to resist the evil, the soul's incitement to evil? They didn't tell me. I had to tell you, willpower, they say. And then we're supposed to say, don't use your willpower. Then if we become Muslims, don't use your willpower. Surrender to Allah's will. Did I get you confused? Did I get the Shias confused? So that now you just obey the messenger and Allah will efface all wrongs. If you love Allah, where's that ayat? If you love Allah, follow me. Allah will love you, and moreover, all your sins will be forgiven. And we strengthen the believers in that other ayat, Mujadil, I think. We strengthen the believers with what? The spirit, right? And the hearts. So going to my notes. Thou wilt not find any people who believe in Allah and the last day, loving those who resist Allah and His Messenger, even though they were their fathers or their sons or their brothers or their kindred. For such He has written faith in their hearts and strengthened them with the Spirit from Himself. Now, this Spirit, any spirit, human spirit, the Spirit, the knowledge of the Spirit you have been given but little. For what reason? In that Quran ayat. And now we are told, if you had the knowledge of the Spirit. So knowledge is very important. It can give you that faith evidence. And you say, yeah, okay, let me try the Spirit, right? Let me try invoking the Spirit first. Let me see. The Spirit will come. What is the Spirit? So forget the willpower. Zara, do you use Discord? No, I don't use Discord to talk online. No, no, that's a social media application or what? Social media thing? What do you call it? Sorry, Almoon, I don't use Discord. Our team can talk to you on Discord. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, then Discord, does it need a number or something, a phone number? Let me first, Discord is like Facebook Messenger. Okay. No, I don't use Discord. No, only joining link to need. Okay. Uh-huh. Only, so I really don't know how to use Discord. I'll try to see if I can. Are you serious about this? You want me to come on your channel, join your team? I'll be much honored, but no, only joining link to need. Okay, no, no mobile, no phone number is needed. Okay, I'll try Discord. Let's see. But first, I'll come and I'll check your videos. Do you like what I'm doing? Do you understand what I'm doing? How will um, I'm really tired, but let's see. What would you like? Let me first check your channel. Isn't that better? Let me first check your channel. Right now, I'm really tired, so I need to rest. I've been attacked on the psychic level. I don't know. Okay, so let me check your channel, and then I will. What I'll do is put a comment there, and then slowly we can take it from there. Thank you so much. I'm much honored to feel. So tell me if you understand what I'm saying. I'm quite haphazard and not prepared. So the spirit, willpower, then we leave the willpower. Then we leave the willpower and surrender to God. Yes, I'm getting you. Oh my goodness, thank God. That's really great. You must be extra intelligent to get me, uh, the way I am, haphazard and scattered brain or something like that. Okay, so it's very confusing, very confusing. And the Quran ayats, you need to know. So you're just wondering, I don't have all the answers. Strengthen them with the Spirit from Himself. So the Spirit is of His affair, the ayat there. Sorry, I can't remember the ayat number again in which surah it is, but it is one of the ayats I bring out a lot. Why wasn't the Spirit's knowledge given to us completely, but little? Had He given us the Spirit's knowledge more? Are the Mominines given the Spirit's knowledge? Because we disbelievers, the disbelievers didn't deserve it? At least He could have said this. However, it's His choice, they say. It's His will. Sorry, it's His will. When He chooses, that's why He left this knowledge. He kept this knowledge to Himself, and uh, yeah, so that when He chooses, He strengthens with the Spirit whom He wills, then with the Spirit from Himself. So you have to reach this stage, or for such He has written. Yeah, so you see, but before that, before all this, let's say the evidence, He says the evidence we've given, and we showed you the signs, but you did not come to this religion. You disbelievers, you are arrogant. And what else has he said about the disbelievers? Arrogant and rebellious out of, you know, something, a prejudice or something. But what if he had given us the knowledge of the Spirit, which is very important here? You see, in this ayat we are told, if he strengthens you with the Spirit like he strengthened Jesus Christ, and here also he says, we strengthen them with the Spirit from ourselves, Allah Himself. What would have happened? All this struggle and the signs here and the signs there. Shortcut. This is what you need. And which human being wouldn't want this power, strength of faith? There are Christians wanting blessings from Jesus Christ, Mother Mary, when they go to pray. They are Christians, but they still want the blessings, right? They still pray for the blessings. They are Muslims. Shia Sunnis praying for blessings. So, what I think the human beings, this religion, somehow it's not dilly dallying, you can't say dilly dallying, but it's giving us a runaround. You see, on one hand, it says it's given you all the evidence that you need, and this is all the evidence that you need to become a believer, right? It has given you the evidence, complete evidence. But when the Jews asked the Prophet, reading the ayat in context about the Spirit, he says the Spirit is of the affair of the Lord, Allah, and He has given but little knowledge. So, what if, like Buddha or some other master, they come, like Jiddu Krishnamurti, whom I read, and they say, or now Muji, right? And they say, you're going to, Muji Baba, you're going to struggle and struggle and struggle. So let it be, just leave your mind, and where's your, all that strength? Just leave your mind, your personality, what you are, what this world has made you, your name, and see the truth, which is self evident, as we are told in the Quran, that Allah is the manifest truth. What is, could this, what Muji Baba has been pointing to, be the spirit from himself, pure awareness? Or he says this, what is? Because even pure awareness, we can, you know, think it's our personal awareness. So just empty yourself. And so someone is pointing, you see, the spirit's knowledge, someone cannot give you because it is not contained in the knowledge. If the Quran ayat had explained that way, I would have said, yes, that is a great God, and I would have gone praising my Shia Islam and Islam altogether, right? But that's not what it says. The spirit is of the affair of the Lord. But leave the willpower, because if you have to become a Muslim, what do you have to do? What's a Muslim? A whole human being who is Islam comes from, Muslim comes from Islam and Salim, wholeness, right? So where do you find that absoluteness? And others have to tell us? Outside of Islam, people have to tell us, show us, like this, step by step. And then you don't have to worship Muji Baba or Jiddu Krishnamurti. Yes, some people worship Buddha, but I wonder if Buddha really wanted that. Or he wanted you to find out from yourselves who you are, truly. Who are you? And then you'll know where you came from and where you're going, or whether there's any movement in this of yours, or if there is something which is eternal in you, which is immortal. Death cannot touch it, right? So then, would that person need any knowledge of the Spirit? If they can show you, and would that shower who is showing you inside of you need any worship from you? No. But respect would be there. You would see him as a master. You would, respect him in your own way, revere him as the greatest teacher. You would see him, right? But also that a true master and a true prophet, if the prophet word prophecies of the future and all this, and the messenger of Allah, okay, messenger of Allah, and the chosen messenger of Allah. He's giving you and he's the Mawla, he's the master, right? Mawla is another friend or master, right? So he's your guardian master. He can just not need any self praise or I'm the chosen one. I've come down to show you, worship, obey me. Like what he did to Zainab bin Josh and Zaid's marriage case. Proposal first, it all broke. It never worked out. And he made an oath. Then God tells them in Surah Tahrim, why? Why are you, you know, making something unlawful for yourself, what Allah has made lawful for you? Surah Tahrim, Ayat 1. Then we are told, in context, if we read that he had to break the oath, and Allah is your protector, Allah is his protector. He just has to dissolve the oath. I wonder if he had to give anything, be fined or. So it wasn't expiation of oaths, but it was complete cancellation, dissolution of oaths, however you may put it, for him. So, prophet who does this, what kind of prophet is he? Huh? O prophet, Surah Tahrim Ayat 1. Why do you prohibit yourself? Imagine Allah is asking him. Imagine, just imagine, can Allah, who is asking him this? Allah is surprised, shocked. When a person is shocked, because the person feels that he trusted you with his message. You gave the message to the believers, Surah Maida Ayah 87, O you who have believed, do not prohibit the good things which Allah has made lawful to you, and do not transgress. So this means if you prohibit the good things which Allah has made lawful to you, you would be transgressor, you would be a transgressor. And it's a command, O you who have believed, do not prohibit. What does the Prophet himself start to do in Surah Tahrim, and no Muslim can see this. And no Muslim is allowed to even question it because they're so fearful that if they question the deed, then they will not be able to become believers, like we saw in the Shia site that they gave that ayat from the Quran. In yourselves, I mean, when you find no resistance in your souls, this means that you have completely surrendered and you are full of faith and this and that. So, you know, so the Muslims have been made so fearful that they don't question this, which Allah is also questioning. So you see, the believers are told without question, the believers will take the decision of the Prophet, and where you will find no suspicions in them about this or no question regarding obedience to the Prophet who is infallible. Now tell me, is he here infallible? And another thing is that forget those poor believers who have been frightened to hell, death, you know. Oh, no, they don't worry about the death. They are frightened of hell and Allah's azab and going against Allah's will. And Allah's azab means Allah's punishment, wrath. Allah will be wroth with them, mean angry with them. But here, even the Shias, you know, whoever wrote that article, Al Bayt, altogether a team of Shias on the infallibility of the Prophet. We see the ayats they give us and they explain. You can't question. Obedience to Prophet is, you can't put your discretion. You can't say, okay, I'll take this, I'll obey him in this matter and not obey him in this matter. You can't even question that. Leave what you're, choosing what you will obey him in and what you will not obey him in. But here, Allah is questioning him. So this means that this Allah is surprised, shocked. And in shock, he's questioning, O Prophet, why do you prohibit yourself from what Allah has made lawful for you, seeking the approval of your wives? So when he was getting annoyed by the wives, as later we are told in the ayats, why not? Where was Allah at that time? Send a revelation. Stop these wives from annoying him. Rather than he prohibiting himself what Allah has made lawful for him. You see, rather than it coming to such a, stage where he has to, the Prophet, this is not you and I common people, even Shias, when we were Shias. Oh Prophet, you see, this is Allah asking him, and he's the Prophet. And revelations have been coming to him. And we can see that the revelation has come after he has prohibited himself what Allah has made lawful for him. What does that make him? According to Surah Maida ayat 87, believer. If a believer does this, what does it make a believer? Transgressor. So please have some. Take this. If you are good in English, please spread the word around. Bring some, fear out of these believers. We have lost. We will be struggling. You will be struggling. You have lost so much. You don't know. You're following a false prophet. All this sacrifice in your life, all that guilt, that fear, every step of the way. Nauzubillah, astaghfirullah. I may have sinned. Oh, my hijab was improper. Maybe a man has seen one or two strands of my hair. I was not conscientious. Sorry, God, sorry. Astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. I know you are great. I know you are Jawad, generous to forgive. Okay, this goes on. In whatever level, in some people, some Muslims, sorry, some Sunni Muslims, some Shia Muslims, I don't know. At what level every individual is different. So, but it goes on to some extent. Al Moon ex Muslim movement. Yes, you are right. He was not someone to be called a Nabi or a Rasul. Yes, yes, so true. But the Muslims, they're struggling, they're fearing, and they're going on, and they'll be in this fearful of him. When Zainab bin Josh obeyed him, she became miserable as a widow. She had to divorce Zaid. Why do you Muslims don't not see this? You don't want your daughters, okay, you were miserable, but now you want your daughters to be miserable, your sisters to be miserable, young, people. Please see this. Spread the word, Al Moon, Al ex-Muslim movement. Is there any other topic like, do you like my style? Would you, I would like to come check your videos and live streams, and maybe I will be there on your live stream. It's hope to see that this is a great movement and it grows, and we bring the Muslims out of this fear and this misguidance, and they find their eternal. I mean, if they are not, they don't become. I mean, they are not atheists, so at least we can do something. Yes, my last stream was okay. 10 benefits of leaving Islam. Okay, that's great. Oh, your last stream was. Yes, that's a good thing. That's a very good, you know, uh, topic and a very good title. So thanks so much, Almoon. You've been here for a long time now. How many? How much? How many hours? Okay, I think I should let you go. Thank you for the likes, and thank you all for being here. You made my day. I cannot. I don't have words to thank you all. Do you know the meaning of Al-Moon? Allah. A lot. I'll guess. Can I guess? Allah, the moon. Allah. Yes, you know. Mm. And how did you find that out? Through what sources? That Allah means the moon. Is it the crescent moon or the full moon or just the moon? So I guess you have done a lot of research then. That's I'm so happy to see this. And you are youngsters. This is very, very good news for me. These honorable, brave youngsters Another ex friend. Okay, ex Muslim friend told me. Okay, that's great. So really, this time I feel, I hope you people, uh, you're very brave and you're here patiently listening to me. I can see the sincerity, I can feel it. Uh, Very well behaved youngsters. Wow. Amazing ex Muslims we have here, with no agenda, sincere ones. And you have your own big channel, and you came here to my little channel. I'm much honored. I cannot say how honored I am and how grateful I am to you people. And I wish you the best of life, the most beautiful life ever. Okay? If you talk to us, you will feel better to know about this movement. Yes, I will. So, can we put it? When can I? You've made my day here. Uh, you are great listeners, also, patiently listening to me. Yes, I'm sure I will feel better. Let's see how it goes. So, can you, shall I, how will we communicate? Thanks. Okay, what I'll do is, sorry, because of my health, I cannot promise you like when, and so when I'll come to your live stream, but I'll do my best to come there, and then I can give you a comment down there where, I'll just join you. I do so much talking here, and I'll join you so I don't feel lonely, as I have been feeling so alone and so betrayed and deceived. So thank you for you've put, that healing, that this person came and I was disappointed. So thanks a lot, dear brothers. You, great work. I wish you, yeah, I can see that you are great people and your work must be great. But let me check it out. Yes, we all are same. Yeah. Thank you. No, you're really, this is great. Youngster, so brave. So I wish you safety also. Hope you are safe, and what sacrifices you must have given to leave this religion, I don't know. And what you have gone through, I don't know. So my condolences for that. Okay, to you all. Okay, now let's end it. I've kept you waiting and listening. Yes, we focus more on our safety. Yes, please do that. Yes. So, without me saying, you're very wise, whereas I have not done that. So, thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough for being here the way you have been here, listening to a lot of me and about, you know, Islam and how it can misguide a person, and you can miss the point of uh, being going to the heights of your humanity or the divinity, reaching the heights of divinity which is in you without fear, and enjoy it. But they say the ego enjoys it and all that. But when God comes to embrace you and lifts you up, don't worry about the ego coming up, right? We shouldn't have this thing. So, Al Moon, let's save you, Muslims, right? Thank you so much for your work also and being here also. And have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye bye.